Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. Every single child needs to know that they're loved, and the same would have been for you when you were a kid. And even though at times our parents have to sanction us and, growl at us for things that we do that are inappropriate, we can still hold our structure for our children and be that parent who sometimes needs to keep things in order, especially our rooster children, and still ensure that they feel loved. So I'm going to explore today a passionate topic of mine, which is about how to build stronger heart connections to your children. I call them love bridges. And this is incredibly important. We love quality time. Look, if you've got enough quality time with your children, keep doing that. But I know a lot of parents who work, both parents work at different times, or they're in different interesting jobs that come and go, often aren't in the home as much. And so quality time isn't there as much as it used to be in the past. So I'm going to give you some good news, is that micro moments of connection that happen much more often also help our kids feel loved and secure. And we've got lots of them that we share. And I want to share just a few with you. Remember, the earlier we start micro moments of connection, the better for our children, because then they're deeply in the psyche for the rest of our lives. So having welcoming strategies and farewell strategies in your home, even as simple as when you leave home in the morning, that mummy kisses inside the left hand and daddy kisses inside the right hand, because they take that with them. Another one is possibly for our younger children who might be transitioning a little bit wobbly into their early years settings, capture kisses. So you have the child capture kisses from all the people they love in their life, even the dog. Make sure there's no one in there that they don't really like. So if grandma's a bit of an old bag, don't get her kiss in there. And then what they do is they keep that and they take it with them, or they keep it in their bedroom, because to them that's a connection that is real and incredibly important for them. Bedtime rituals are incredibly important. And remember, please don't do bedtime rituals when you're a bit crabby. Of course I love you to the moon and back. It actually doesn't build a bridge, probably shatters the bridge. So remember, not every night, but when you're in the right space, a bedtime ritual that helps your children know how much you love them. Do you love them to the moon and back? Do you love them more than every star in the night sky? Do you love them more than every grain of sand on every beach? Do you love them more than all the hairs on all the bears? No matter what your ritual is, when you do it more frequently, your children start to get a concept of how big your love is. And the more we do it, the deeper connected they feel. What are some other ones? Jumping down on the floor and joining in with playing matches, or building some Lego, or colouring in, and then racking off. So in other words, you come into their world rather than always inviting them back into our world when it's my turn. So cooking together, games of hide and seek, those sorts of things that can be short and sharp, build connections. Never walk past your child without touching them tenderly on the shoulder or on the head, because it's a non-verbal way of saying you're special to me, you're special in my life. You can write messages in their lunch boxes, but obviously not your turn to do the bin, that doesn't work. But little ones with love hearts, or thanks for helping yesterday, or things like that. I love it when you can put messages on their mirrors in the house of how much you love them. We've seen some major transitions in relationships when mums or dads have written that on one of their sons or daughters' mirrors, that they didn't even think that they liked them. So keep thinking of the little things I can do rather than just the giant big things. And then please make sure you wink at your kids a bit more when you see them, when you don't walk past. Connect, high five your sons, punch them on the arm. In other words, the non-verbal is incredibly powerful as well as the verbal. And then if you've really had a lousy day with one of your kids, particularly if they're a rooster child and they've been busted at school and they've been busted on the bus and they've been busted because they didn't eat their broccoli, which we need to be able to do because some roosters need a bit of sanctioning, make sure you can do what I call the surprise bedroom attack before bed. Please don't do this with sensitive children, because you could cause an anxiety disorder. So after that poor child's gone to bed, they're not feeling terribly loved. So 5 minutes after they've gone and it's dark, one of you parents leap on them from the doorway, cover them and tickle the heck out of them and stick your tongue in their ear and absolutely blow raspberries on their tummy or whatever you like, and then rack off in the dark. Because what will be left are endorphins of love, but they are still busted. So can you see, once again, micro moments build strong heart connections between our hearts. That's what your kids need to know, that we love them no matter what. And in today's world, this is one of the most important things that makes them feel secure. not only do they feel they belong, they know they're loved, even after days when they've been less than gorgeous. I hope that gives you some simple strategies on strengthening your relationships with your family. And yes, of course you can do it with your partner, probably not leaping on the doorway, but I hope that's giving you some beaut tips for the next month or so. And that's all from me today.